How you doing? Justin here with you for pattern 5 of the 3-note per string system of the major scale. You've better have been through the drill now. You know pattern 1, pattern 2, pattern 3, pattern 4. You're like totally cool with it. You're making music with it and you're ready for pattern 5. Let's just go to the close-up. So here we are looking at pattern 5 of the G major scale 3-note per string system. Pattern 5 will start on the 5th note of the G major scale, which is the note D, which is the 10th fret of the thickest string. So we have 10, 12, 14. Same on the 5th string. 10, 12, 14. Same on the 4th string. 10, 12, 14. Then we've got 11, 12, 14. Then 12, 13, 15, and then 12, 14, 15. Okay, again, take you through that. So 10, 12, 14, 10, 12, 14, 10, 12, 14, 11, 12, 14, 12, 13, 15, 12, 14, 15. Let's discuss fingering options now. I would, of course, usually be in my same area here, first finger, second finger, fourth finger, because that's the stretch that feels best for me, but you might find first finger, third finger, fourth finger works for you. You need to explore those ones. Again, moving on to the 3rd string, you're almost certainly going to use fingers 1, 2, and 4, so using 1, 2, and 4 for the 4th string, 5th string, and 6th string would make sense to me. You're almost certainly going to use first finger, second finger, fourth finger on the 2nd string. On the thinner string, I'm likely to be using fingers 1, 2, and 3. Again, predominantly because I'm likely to be doing some string bending there. So it's just easier for me that way. There's no getting around there to I guess I could do 1, 2, 3 like that to be able to bend on this one as well, but that just feels, well, just doesn't feel right to me. It might feel right to you, so you shouldn't discount it. I can't stress enough how important it is for you to explore what feels good for your fingers and your style when it comes to making a fingering decision on these scales, because that feels wrong to me to do that, to have the 2nd finger moving between 2 frets, but maybe that would work for you, you know, and that, it really doesn't matter. It's the important thing is that you make your music your way, and you try and think of a logical way of figuring it out in the first instance so that you don't learn something that's a bit naff. But again, like I said, you might find there are instances, almost certainly, where that's easier. You know, and that's okay. You should be kind of, it's not a bad idea to get used to fingerings that aren't your standard ones, but again, it's one of those ones where I just find that one so much more comfortable to be on the thinner string using that particular fingering, that would be the one that I'd recommend. It is, of course, always important as well that you're seeing the scale shape around the chord. There's your chord. So this one fairly nicely fits around that. Kind of moves into the G shape, G chord as well there. I mean, not that we don't ever play it like that. I'm just using that as a demo, but you can see there. Now it's transitioning into that shape, and that's one of the really cool things about these 3-note per string systems, is the way that it's kind of transitioning between that and that. It's getting you out of there, up, and even just that one step, you're up it. You know, they're a really nice idea for being able to transition between different scale shapes, but it's really important that you're seeing, again, if I was practicing this, I would be starting on that note because it's the root note, not on this note, the note D. You know, some people call this the Mixolydian pattern, and it's, I guess if you start on that note, you're hearing it as a Mixolydian mode, but that's not the point. It's still, I think it should be practiced as a G major scale, so you really get that tonality of the note G into your ears and think of it that way. Now you've got a whole heap of patterns under your fingers now. It's really, really, really important that you practice this pattern 5 on its own first, get musical with it, then start combining the other ones. And I really would recommend spending a little bit of time consolidating this stuff before you move forward into pattern 6 and 7. Really just make sure you're confident moving from one pattern to the next pattern, moving backwards and forwards. Try using just one finger is a really good exercise. Make sure that you can kind of paint the dots in your musical mind. Close your eyes and imagine the way the dots lie and how you might negotiate your way across the fretboard. Instead of always just thinking along this way, see if you can negotiate your way just playing one note on each string but moving down physically and up physically, just making sure you know where those dots are. It's a really great little exercise. There's more exercises, of course, over on the website that'll help you negotiate between your different scales, and I'll see you for plenty more very soon. You're going to join me for pattern 6, but you're going to learn this first. Hey, I'll see you when you're ready. Bye bye.